Hello hand builders. I got another quick little video for you. I hope you enjoy this one and get a lot out of it. Make sure you thumbs up my videos. Let me know how it's going. If I need to do any improvements, I'll take that criticism too. But today we're going to make some Christmas ornaments. Now, you can go to the hobby store and you can get all kinds of cookie cutters in the baking aisle. These are plastic. They come in lots of shapes. The ones I'm going to be using today have a ruffled edge on one side and a straight edge on the other side. 2 for 1. I'm going to be using the one that's probably about 2.5, almost 3 inches in diameter for today's little class on some quick and easy Christmas ornaments using embossed rolling pins. These rolling pins are easily found at Hobby Lobby or other craft stores, and they are laser cut. And I will say, in order to keep them from drying out too much, it's good to, after you use them for a while, to put some mineral oil on them and keep them stored in a plastic bag. That'll keep them from drying out and getting brittle. This particular one, I did get at half price at Hobby Lobby. It's pretty cool for fall. The one I'm going to be using today has an embossed design that has snowflakes on it, so it could be used for Christmas. So after you've rolled out your clay, and you can see it's a little bit less than 1/4 inch, you're going to use the rolling pin, but you're not going to roll it out here like you would for pie dough. You're going to hold your hands in the center and roll firmly. And you can rock it back as long as you don't shift the position if you think you haven't got a good press. This one's really pretty. I like the design. I hope you can see it. Then the next thing I do is I cut off some saran wrap or plastic wrap, and I place that on top. And the whole reason why I do this is because when I press my cookie cutter onto the clay, I want a rounded edge, and this facilitates it really easy. Now I think I'm going to, because I want my ornament really fancy, I'm going to use the ruffled edge. And again, you're going to press it firmly with your hands, one over the other, so that you get a good impression. And out of this one, I can probably press 4 or 5. I just rolled out a small piece of clay for this demonstration, so I'm just going to do 4. And then show you. I'm going to peel off the saran wrap, plastic wrap, and then pull the clay away from your ornament cutout. Sometimes you might need to use a needle tool to clean up, but you can also use a damp sponge around the edges to clean up any places where it looks like it's going to be a little bit rough. You have to remember that once you fire the clay and all the water is driven out during the first firing, the bisque fire, the pottery becomes kind of sharp. So you want to get rid of any sharp edges by using your sponge, and just use a damp sponge and just lightly brush around the edges. So there you go. One side is just plain flat, the other side is the impression. See how pretty that is? And this will be nice. I mean, this will look really pretty when you put some glaze on it. The deeper the impression, I would suggest doing light coats of glaze and not heavy coats, because the heavy coats will fill in all of the design, and then you won't even know that you have a pretty design. I almost do like a wash, especially for this with a snowflake design. A light blue wash looks really nice for us, an ornament, or light green for Christmas. So I'm going around the edge, clean that all up. Now, the next thing you have to do is you have to insert a hole so that you can do a ribbon or a pretty gold string, and you could just decide where you want to do it. And I'm just using, this is just a barbecue skewer, a small one, and I am just putting it in and rocking it around to make sure that there's a good clean hole. Now, one good thing about doing ornaments this way is on the back side, you could inscribe something. You could put a date, maybe your initials to show who did it. And if you're going to give it as a gift, it'd be nice to inscribe something on the back. So now these will have to go through 2 firings. The first is a bisque. Then the second firing, because this is high fire stoneware, so first firing I fire around 1900 degrees, and then the second fire to 22. If you're using earthenware clay or air dry clay, you don't even have to, well, the firings for earthenware clay are a lot lower, but for air dry clay, you'd be done. You just dry it and then paint it with acrylic paints. So I hope you got something out of this video. Let me know. Happy Clay Day.